Inside Manhattan Basketball. Christian, I'm speaking with the head coach of the Jaspers women's basketball squad, John Malinowski. And Coach, it's been a while since we've last spoke, but the Jaspers coming off a nice victory to open up conference play yesterday, snapping an 8-game losing streak. How big was it, not just to win the MAC opener, but to finally get back in the winning ways?
Yeah, it was really important to finally get that win. We were in a drought, needless to say, and we talked about the MAC season being a whole new season for us, and one game at a time. And yesterday the girls really stepped up and played great basketball, so it was huge to get that win to start the second season.
You talked about it being essentially a new season. How much of a mindset did you try to instill in your team, the fact that we're now in conference play, records are out the window, we're back at 0-0?
Yeah, we did. We have been talking about that all week long, and we said even if we had a great record coming in, the same thing it wouldn't matter, because what really matters is how we do in their conference season. And it was a very big game against a good basketball team, so it was really a good start for us.
16-point win at home over Canisius, and it was really a team effort. You were getting contributions from all over the place, and not just scoring-wise. Shayna Erickson doesn't have a field goal, but she still comes away with a few rebounds and 5 steals.
Yeah, she had 6 rebounds and 5 steals, and had some really critical defensive plays for us. So she had a good game. I told her it was one of her better games, and it was one of those type of games where we didn't need her to score. So she stepped up in the other areas and did really well. So I was proud of the effort that she gave us yesterday.
Your 2 seniors, Monica Roeder and Allison Skreck, combined for, I believe it was 37 of the team's 72 points. When you're getting contributions from those leaders, how big is it?
Yeah, it's big. They start us off, and they're kind of like they're a jump engine, and they really came out to play right away. The first half, they both they scored, they played defense, they rebounded, so they really got us going right away, and I think their play kind of carried over for everybody.
Monica now with back-to-back double-digit scoring games after not having one for almost a month.
Right.
Are you seeing something a little bit different with her now those last couple of games?
Well, I see that she's scoring more inside, which is good because she's very strong in there. So I think that if she can have a little inside-outside game, that if they take one phase away, she can step in the other area. And that's what she did yesterday. She scored both inside and out. So I think that she was playing against some really tough defenders, and I think she learned to realize that she can do more than just shoot from the outside. She can post up and she can take it to the basket, and she's been very effective the last few games.
Aside from the offense, the defense of this team was impressive yesterday. Season highs in both steals and turnovers forced.
Yeah, and the first half I think we forced 15 turnovers, which was great. So the mindset was there, that it all starts with the defense, and yesterday we really came to play, so we're just hoping that it carries over.
You switched something up yesterday. We're used to seeing that 1-3-1 from right out of the bat, but you guys went man.
Yeah, we did. Canisius was shooting 38% from three-point line, whatever, and we wanted to see how they would handle our man-to-man pressure, and fortunately we got a lot of steals and forced a lot of turnovers, so we stayed with it a very, very long time.
As always, I like to get the fans involved. We got a couple of email questions, Coach. Erica out in Westchester wants to know, with the new scheduling for the MAC, obviously you've got 2 extra games. How does that affect your team's preparation?
Well, I think that I love playing MAC games because when you play a team twice, you really know them inside out. So I think it affects our preparation in a positive way, and I think that the more teams we play a second time, I think we're better prepared for it, and I think we work really, really hard to know the tendencies of each team. So I like it, and I think it helps in our overall preparation.
Another one, Jason on Long Island, with New Year's fast approaching. Any resolutions for your team?
A lot of Long Islanders today, right? The resolution is that we take it one game at a time, and that we get better, and that we really have a great MAC conference season. We have some really high goals. So our resolution is one game at a time, be totally prepared, totally ready, and really get after it. And so far we're off to a good start.
As you look forward in the MAC, 4 of your first 5 games are at home. Struggles to start the year at home, but how much does that help being at home to start conference play?
Well, I think it helps a lot. I think that a lot of times when you have a young team like we do, I think they really like to play at home, and they like to have their fans watching the game, whatever. So I think that it really helps us, and I think we feel a little more comfortable, even though we didn't play great non-conference. But I think in conference now, I think they're working really hard, and they're spending a lot of time in the gym. So I think it will help us with the opening stretch here.
And this is sort of a murderous row to open up the MAC season. You've got 3 games in the course of 6 days. Obviously, yesterday, a game tomorrow, and then you go to Marist on Friday.
Yeah, we talked about that, and then we followed that right up with a game on Sunday, playing a team, Siena, who has like the week off.
Yeah.
So they've got the advantage there. But we know about it, and we've got to prepare for it, and we'll be ready. We'll be ready for each and every game. We've talked about it. We've prepared for it. So I think that we'll do a good job with it.
Tomorrow you host Monmouth at 2 o'clock here at Dratty. When you look at the Hawks, you haven't seen them in 2 years. They're a completely different team, but they do still have some talent there from 2 years ago when you last played them.
Yeah, they do, and we actually played them last year at their place, whatever.
Yes.
And they're a basketball team that's young and hungry, very similar to ours. They haven't got off to a great start yet, but they've played really close games against everybody that's been on their schedule. Jen's a very, very good coach, and they're fundamentally sound, so we know we've got our hands full, so we know what we need to do to be able to compete in tomorrow's game.
Pavlos, their player down low. What's the biggest key to stopping her?
Well, she plays outside too. She does play both, and that's what's really special about her. She can score inside, she can post inside, but she also shoots threes. She drives to the basket effectively. She can jump shoot. So she's a really, really strong player, and she wasn't picked preseason All-MAC for nothing. She can play. She really can.
One of the players we did not bring up from the Canisius game was your freshman, Nicole Anderson, who really kind of had a coming-out party yesterday.
She did, and it's so funny that we talked about it before the game, and we said that it's time, and she agreed with me, and she stepped out there, and she did the things that she's so capable of doing. She had such tremendous energy. She scored. She played defense. She was after it, and I think, her energy really sparked our team in some key moments.
Talk about Blake Underhill controlling the point a little bit yesterday, because at times we haven't seen that backup point guard Allison.
Right. Yeah, we like her. We like having Blake there because she can handle the ball, let Allison play a little more of the two. And yesterday, Allison drove great to the basket, and so we like to get her at the wing at times, whatever. And plus, Blake is so strong defensively that she gives us that great athlete, really getting after the ball handlers, whatever. So it's a nice combo. They work well together, and we're real happy that I think we've shored up that area of really having somebody that can pressure the other team's best point guard.
Blake, Nicole, Allison, you throw Katie Reese in there as well. How's this rotation for that point guard spot?
Yeah, it's great because Katie stepped in yesterday when Allison fouled out. She had 8 points, and she had key free throws down the stretch, but she handles the ball well, so she's a different dimension, and she did a really nice job yesterday with those 8 points and handling the ball. So Katie's in the rotation as well, no doubt about it.
Your freshman forward, Kayla Grimmy, missed her second straight game with a foot injury. Any update on her?
Well, it's a day-to-day thing. She's getting treatment right now, so I know it's up in the air for tomorrow. We're hoping that she can play, but we won't rush it. When she's ready, we'll put her out there, and she's a key part of our basketball team, no doubt about it. But our girls know it's time for everybody to start playing, and next man up syndrome, and that we've been doing a great job with that.
As the quick turnaround here, game yesterday, game tomorrow, what was the main focus in practice?
Well, the main focus really is to be totally prepared for the team that we're playing, to know their tendencies, to know them inside out, because, like you said, we haven't played them a whole lot, and being new in the conference, we're not quite as familiar. Our players are not quite as familiar, but we've studied a lot of tape, we've watched their games, and we know what we have to do, and we just have to make sure we have that same energy that we had last night.
2 o'clock, first conference meeting ever between Manhattan and Monmouth here at Dratty. You can watch the contest live on Jasper Vision. Coach Olenowski, as always, thanks a lot for the time.
Thank you, Christian, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well, and to you out there. And if you'd like to ask Coach a question for our next Inside Manhattan Basketball, tweet us at GoJaspers. You can also email us, gojaspers@manhattan.edu, and you can also follow Coach on Twitter as well, at John Olenowski. Thanks for joining us Inside Manhattan Basketball.